GTC. We back with another. Today's topic is going to be the top 4 teams in the AFC versus the top 4 teams in the NFC. In no certain order, this is what I believe and who I believe the top 4 teams are in the AFC, guys. Number 1, I'm a Chiefs fan, but number 1 is the Baltimore Ravens. When you look at the Baltimore Ravens from top to bottom, you can't really say they have too many flaws. On offense, they got the number 1 ranked rushing offense in the red zone. So when they get down there, they're going to pound that thing in there, and they number 1 at it. So that lets you know they're scoring. All right, played against some of the teams that the Chiefs played against. We played against the Detroit Lions. We lost by 1 point. Baltimore played against the Detroit Lions. They put belt to ass. They beat the brakes off them boys. You know what I'm saying? Stuck a fork in their ass. They done, y'all. All right? That's exactly what Baltimore did to them boys. All right? It is not a secret. They beat the Bengals. The Ravens right now with Lamar Jackson. The way that running game is going, if they can somehow get that passing game up to a smidget better than what it is right now, look out. Baltimore going to be a tough out, okay? Baltimore is going to be a tough out. All right, next, I'm going to give you my Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs defense is very smothering, very clingy, and they on point right now, okay? We shutting down the run. We ain't giving up more than 25 points a game to any team, okay? If you get 21, you're doing good, all right? Let's just be honest. We just smothered the number 1 offense. We smothered them, okay? We held Tyreek Hill to 62 yards receiving. He had a fumble. Neither one of their receivers had over 100 yards, period. Whether it was Waddle, whether it was freaking Hill, we smothered them boys, okay? We smothered them boys. Now, we got the same problem that Baltimore got, except Baltimore got receivers that can actually catch, all right? But if we can get our offense rolling to where we can at least put up 25 to 27 points a game, guys, we got a chance to repeat. We got a chance to repeat. Okay? We got a chance to repeat if we can get that offense up to par. I mean, at this point, people might not want to admit it, but I think the enemy meant more to the Chiefs than what they want to admit. Okay? Because this new offense under this new guy Nagy, he ain't new to us, but he new to everybody else. It ain't working. It ain't popping. You know, so if we can get that offense rolling, I want to see Andy maybe start calling plays again. Maybe get rid of Matt Nagy because it ain't working. He ain't motivating these guys. They not catching. I mean, I don't know what you call it what you want, call it what you will. But I believe the Chiefs are the number 2, okay? That offense has to get better or we're going to be in trouble. All right, and number 3, I'm going to give you the Jacksonville Jaguars. They got a nice defense. They got a good offense, okay? The defense is nice. It's not great, but it's nice, okay? That secondary will blow you up if you out there lacking, thinking you're going to catch one over the middle and run free. They will blast you, okay? They got a nice little defense. That offense is clicking and humming under Doug Peterson. You know, they got everything that they need to be a successful team. They got a good defense. They got a head coach who's won a Super Bowl. They got an offensive-minded head coach to go with Trevor Lawrence. The Jags are in a good spot. Okay? Now, this next one is kind of iffy, guys, and it's between 2 teams, but I'm going to go with the Bengals. It was really between the Dolphins and the Bengals, but I got to go with the Bengals. Burrow and that team is surging right now. They got a tough test ahead of them. They play the Jaguars, so they got a real nice little test ahead of them to see how serious this really is. I expect the Bengals to put belt to ass to the Jags, okay? But that defense is popping. The secondary is a little sketchy, but it's still popping, okay? And as long as Joe Burrow is healthy, they got a chance, y'all. They got a chance. You can't hate on them. They got a chance, man. After that bye week, after they beat the 49ers, they came out of that bye week, man. They blazing. They ready. Just saying, they ready. They ready. They got a tough division. That division is going to be a hard division, okay? But Cincinnati, that's who I got as the top four, okay? In no certain order, but that's my top four in the AFC, okay? Now, when we move over to the NFC, of course, we gotta say Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? You already know Philly's defense is popping. That front four is real, but that secondary can be had. And can Jalen Hurts stay healthy? That's the key. If Jalen Hurts stay healthy, I don't see no team really knocking him off unless Hurts is not healthy. If Hurts ain't healthy, I don't see who's going to beat him over there, okay? The whole NFC is really down as a whole. But like I said, if Jalen Hurts stays healthy, fly, Eagles, fly. You hear me? Fly, Eagles, fly. It's going to be hard to dethrone them boys. That's all I'm saying. Next, I got to go with the Detroit Lions. You got to give these guys their flowers. They for real. They putting out the business, okay? They giving out the business to teams, all right? So Detroit has a really good young defense. It could be had, but their defense is very young, and it can be had. The real bread and butter of Detroit really is going to be that offense and that big O-line and that play action pass and protecting Jared Goff. As long as they can run that ball, play action pass, and keep Jared Goff clean, Detroit can beat anybody. I'm just being honest. They can beat, including Philly. They can beat anybody, okay? If they can do that, they can beat anybody. You know, we all are going to have, you know, some good and bad games. Every team has a bad loss, okay? A team that they shouldn't have lost to. Every team has a bad loss, all right? So, you know, I'm not going to really hold it against them that they ran up against one of the best teams in the AFC, which was the Ravens, okay? I can't really hold it against them, but they really good. The Detroit Lions, okay? At number 3, I'm going to shoot you the Dallas Cowboys, all right? Y'all seen that performance that Dak just put up, okay? Even though he lost, Dak did his part. Dak did his part. If that defense would have stepped up and kind of held him down to held him down a little bit more, who knows what would have happened. But even though the defense gave up points, they still had a chance to win that game because of Dak Prescott in his play. He wasn't turning that ball over. He wasn't making indecisive decisions. He looked really good, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He missed a couple throws. No quarterback's perfect, okay? So let's get off this craziness. Oh, well, he missed this receiver over here. He missed this guy over here. Hey, man, no quarterback's perfect, man. No quarterback's perfect. You can go through almost every game in the league and find where a wide receiver is open and the quarterback don't see him. So let's kill all that noise, all right? But in reality, that defense is popping for Dallas, okay? And if Dak can keep pushing forward and they can keep that run game to keep the pressure off of Dak because they know, Dallas likes to pass the ball, okay? So if they can keep that pressure off Dak, man, I'm telling you, Dallas got a chance to beat anybody. Maybe not Philly, but because this game is going – the next time they see Philly, okay, let's be honest. The next time they see Philly, it might be in Dallas. They might be able to get them. In Dallas, I believe they might be able to get them. But if they got to go on the road to Philly, I don't think they're going to beat Philly in Philly, okay? They're going to have to get them in Dallas. If they get them in Dallas, y'all got a chance to get them. Y'all got a great chance to get them in Dallas, but not in Philly, okay? Number 4, it's really a no-brainer. It's the 49ers. Even though they on a slump, they are still leaps and bounds above all the other teams that you can even think about putting on this in the top 4 in the NFC, okay? So when you look at that defense is really getting good. They good, but on top of all of that, they just went out and got Chase Young too. So now they got more pass rushers than you can even imagine. San Francisco is getting ready to be scary, y'all. Now, if they can somehow get Brock Purdy to wipe his eyes off and see clearly now, man, if he can get out of his head, because he's in his head right now. If Purdy can play Purdy, San Francisco is going to be a tough out, all right? The fact that Debo's going to be coming back soon, that's going to help that offense, okay? Debo Samuels being out has hurt that offense tremendously. Brandon Ayuk, they doubling him. They doubling him. They doubling Kittles. So they saying beat me with these other guys. And he can't. He just can't. And that's what it is. Okay. Shanahan has this nice little run scheme that he runs, and it works great. But if you load up that box and you stop that run and you make Brock Purdy beat you with these other guys, he can't. He can't. That's the only issue San Fran really has. Can Brock Purdy pull it back together, get himself ready to play? If he can, y'all, San Francisco, it's going to be a tough out. GTC, tell me what y'all think, man. Who y'all think I missed in my top 4 AFC versus NFC? Let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Also, when you get a chance, man, go in there and subscribe and get you one of these memberships, man. Get you one of these memberships. We got merch for you. All of that, man. Get you one of these memberships. You're going to be live, man. You can come on live with us. We'll shout you out. We'll shout out your company. If you got a company or something like that, man, you want some promo, we'll give you all that just by clicking on and signing up for one of those memberships, man. Get you right in the game. Holla at your boy, man. GTC. I'm out.